Hi everyone, I'm Greg Hartrell, Product Director for Games on Android and Play, and I'm excited to be here with you for another Google for Games Developer Summit. This year, teams across Google have been working together to help game developers like you. And today, we're going to share some exciting tools and insights from Android, Play, Ads, YouTube, and Cloud. If you'd like to skip ahead to a particular topic, you can find timestamps for every section in the video description below. But before we get to those announcements, I want to take a step back and talk about the current state of the mobile ecosystem. Overall, the mobile ecosystem is going strong. In the last year, we learned a lot about post-pandemic gameplay behavior. A Google-led survey of more than 8,200 mobile gamers worldwide revealed that there are more enthusiast gamers who play many hours a week than ever before, especially in China and India. Cross-platform play is also popular, mostly with dedicated gamers who want to play mobile games beyond their phones. We also learned that mobile gamers play more titles compared to PC or console gamers. In fact, on a weekly basis, 97% of mobile users played at least one game, and 66% played two or more. Finally, post-pandemic, we also saw a slight dip in overall gameplay time as people returned to their normal lives. Even so, overall gameplay time is still higher than in 2020. While we're encouraged by the health of the ecosystem, it's also important to acknowledge some challenges facing the game industry. First, we know that many developers are struggling to manage a good return on ad spend. Last year, it became more challenging to find efficient paths to acquire and re-engage your players through ads. Later in this keynote, you'll learn about new privacy-preserving solutions, advanced bidding strategies to reach high-quality players, and ads monetization features to help you grow revenue for the long term. Another challenge is the growing need to build a relationship with your audience, keeping them engaged and retained with content and community. The good news is there's a number of ways Google can help you. On Google Play, live operations and in-game events are powerful ways to grow and engage a community. And through Google Cloud, we're creating a services ecosystem for live games to help you scale your player experiences, while YouTube gaming content is driving more engagement than ever before. Tune in to the Google Cloud and YouTube sessions later and learn how they can help you build thriving communities and reach new players. Whether you're working on your first game or your next season pass, Google remains committed to helping you across the development and publishing lifecycle. Following this keynote, you'll be able to watch more than 15 on-demand sessions, including high-level product announcements, technical deep dives, and inspiring stories from some of our most successful game developers. You can also join us in person at GDC for our developer summits on March 20th and 21st. All the details are available on our event site at the link that you see here. Now let's go deeper into Google Play and Android. Last year, we hit an exciting milestone, Google Play's 10th birthday. It's been a privilege partnering with all of you over these last 10 years, bringing games to billions of people around the world. As a universal platform for game making, Google Play is a place where many game developers thrive and incubate interesting and innovative games through the open Android ecosystem. Currently, Google Play has billions of active users across 192 markets, with developers collectively earning more than $120 billion to date. This is a testament to the broad reach of Android delivering mobile computing to the world. And we couldn't do it without your inspiring catalog of games. And we're doing our part to grow a trustworthy and worldwide platform for you to reach more players. Play Protect now scans and verifies over 125 billion apps every day to help keep your users' devices, data, and apps safe. PlayPoints has over 100 million members and is now available in more than 30 markets, including India and Mexico. And Google Play Games for PC, launched last year to bring existing Android games to Windows, helps more users play their games across PCs, Chromebooks, and tablets. One of the great achievements of the mobile ecosystem is putting the power of a supercomputer in everyone's hands. As a byproduct, this has enabled billions of people to experience video games for the first time. Games satisfy the basic human need to play. They're not just for entertainment, as they also shape our culture and help teach us from a young age how to interact with each other. While playing games is a universal experience, Video games have historically been a high-end hobby. From arcade machines and game consoles to high-spec personal computers, purpose-built devices for enjoying new games have generally been pretty costly. This is true for game makers too. The development cost of games has steadily increased decade over decade, and by some estimates, the cost of game development has increased 30 to 40 times since the invention of home video games. And with the technical challenges of building for purpose-built platforms and higher user expectations, not every game developer can seize the opportunity that desktop computing and game consoles offer. Android and Play offer a unique alternative to that idea. Our ecosystem brings mobile devices with more affordable options to billions of users, built on an open source foundation with a vast set of tools and services. It's more accessible to every game developer. What's also different is the free-to-play business model, which pushed game makers to become more accountable to their users. With the original pay-to-play model, users paid up front in an act of faith the game would be good. Now, games strive to captivate their players, engage their communities, and create a compelling case to spend on paid content or take a commercial break. This shift in the relationship between game makers and the people who play them unlocked larger audiences for games. It's also why mobile has fueled incredible new gameplay and genre innovation. To that point, I admire games that push the boundaries of innovation and reach new audiences. Toward the end of last year, we introduced Google Play Indie Games Fund to support small game studios based in Latin America, one of the fastest growing markets in games. One title produced is Arita, Backlands Awakening, by Ioka Game Lab. It's a survival game that helps reflect Brazilian culture from the backlands of Bahia, while weaving in universal topics from handling drought and migration to climate change. To me, it's an inspiring and important example of how mobile games can both connect people locally and introduce the world to each other's cultures. I also admire Live Play Bingo by Triple Dot. It has a unique way to build community and connections with players. Players from all over the world can join live hosted bingo games 24/7 and play with others. What's interesting about this game is the diverse live hosts across the world who create a vibrant and kind interactive experience and establish relationships with regular players. Food Stylist by Studio Zest is another example of innovation, fusing simulation and community voting. You role-play as a foodie and plate virtual dishes across tablescapes around the world. What's unique about the game is the community involvement. The developer has created a massive catalog of 3D food items that the community votes on. With these games and many more on Play and Android, everyone can find games they love. Whether you're into puzzle games, RPGs, or some roguelike mashup you've never seen before. This is the core to the vision of Google Play Games. The games are for everyone. Together, we have a unique opportunity to give everyone the ability to play whatever they want, wherever they are. And for game makers, Android and Google Play deliver the ecosystem that brings together the tools, a broad device ecosystem, and the services to bring their creative vision to life. I've never been more excited for the future of games. In our ecosystem, you can expect to see more open source and widely available tools, bringing Android to new form factors like foldables or emulating games on PCs and Chromebooks, and new services with more ways to connect with a worldwide audience. It's hard to know what we'll see next, but I know that with amazing game makers like yourselves, we'll use this platform to continue inspiring waves of innovation. With that, let's talk about some important product updates and announcements, including new tools to help you build great Android games, updates to help you connect with more players, and reach higher with larger screens. Let's start with quality. App quality is the foundation of everything that we do at Android and Google Play. Android users expect a great experience from the apps and games they download. In fact, across all of Google Play user reviews, nearly 75% of 5-star reviews mention quality of the app experience, and we know that games enjoy better retention and lifetime value when they are well crafted. Every user matters on Play. So we've made a key shift to start thinking about technical quality with an emphasis on user experience. Previously, we considered the total number of crashes and ANRs when evaluating your app's stability. Now, we're focusing on just the ones we believe are the most visible to users. Android Vitals has always shown an overall app quality threshold for both crash and ANR rates. But while the overall threshold remains unchanged, it will now be based on the new user-perceived metrics. We've also added a new quality threshold that is measured on a per-device basis for phones. As part of this shift, we're using these insights to make higher quality titles more visible on the Play Store and steering users away from titles that aren't optimized for their device. Apps and games that don't meet our per-phone quality bar will be excluded from prominent discovery surfaces, such as recommendations, while others may display a warning on their store listing to set appropriate user expectations. You can learn more at the link shown here. To help you meet these guidelines, we've recently launched a number of new features in Android Vitals to make it easier to monitor and act on any issues. First, core vital metrics have been updated with user-perceived crash rates and ANR rates, and the ability to view the quality bar per phone model. Second, you'll now also receive warnings if there's a risk that your app's visibility will be affected. And third, starting today, Android Vitals will include frame rates for games in the form of measuring slow sessions, so you can understand when your game is visually janky across the device ecosystem. Frame rate will eventually become part of Play's quality bar alongside crashes and ANRs, so we encourage you to start getting familiar with them. You can see all these new metrics in the Play console today or with the Play Developer Reporting API. Check out Android Vitals and ANR deep dive sessions later today for even more details. We've also introduced a range of new tools and services to help you improve the quality of your game. Many of you already use Firebase Crashalytics to identify and fix the most pervasive crashes in your games. Now, Crashalytics supports improvements to make it easier to find errors and pinpoint the cause. Today, we're announcing support of symbolication for Android ANRs when using the NDK. After all, ANRs account for a significant number of unintended application exits on Android. Additionally, we've improved support for Unity stack traces, including Unity on-demand fatal events. And lastly, Crashalytics now supports memory debugging for GWP ASAN-enabled games. This will help you diagnose the trickiest memory problems and security vulnerabilities. All of these improvements make Crashalytics an important part of your quality toolkit. For quality game making, there's even more. Since we introduced the Android Game Development Kit in 2021, we've been excited to see how it's simplified native C and C++ Android game development and improved the quality and stability of your games. This includes important game-making primitives like game activity, which handles essential foundations for a C and C++ Android game, such as input and app lifecycle events. And developers have seen incredible improvements in game quality. Last year, NBA 2K Mobile reduced their ANR rates by 35% using Crashalytics to identify a common memory problem related to large amounts of touch inputs. And then they incorporated the game activity to optimize and improve their input handling. This and more success stories from the Android Game Development Kit continue. So we're taking the Android Game Development Kit further to help you with game stability and performance. First, we've started introducing a suite of adaptability APIs to help your game respond to the changing device performance and different thermal scenarios. With the Android Dynamic Performance Framework, there's a hinting library that can send signals about your workload to the CPU so that your game can tap into performance when you need it and save power when you don't. There's also a thermal API to listen during runtime when the CPU is about to thermally throttle, then adjust your workloads, like your game's level of detail, to smooth performance without overheating the device. We use this on the Pixel phone system UI to substantially improve frame drops, and a growing number of OEM devices and game engines will soon begin supporting these adaptive performance features, so stay tuned. Lastly, on the tools side, we've introduced profile-guided optimization in our Visual Studio extension, which will help you automatically optimize commonly used code paths like your game loops. Overall, I'm really excited for these new tools and libraries, and I hope you are too. They can really improve the quality of your Android game, helping your users enjoy the best gameplay sessions possible. I mentioned earlier that building and connecting with your players is key to the success for many games. That's why we're creating more opportunities to help you find new players or engage and reacquire existing ones. Play Store data shows that developers who publish their events and offers through our tools can drive great results, averaging an additional 3.6% in revenue and a 5% increase in monthly active users. So we relaunched our LiveOps tools as promotional content and made it available to more developers. Eligible developers can upload promotional content assets today in the Play console to promote in-game events, offers and deals, and major updates. And you can customize your content for new or returning users. This is a great opportunity for live service games, and we're excited to see you take advantage of it. Custom store listings are another powerful tool that allow you to differentiate your store detail pages. You can help boost conversions by creating up to 50 custom store listings with customized screenshots, pre-registration status, languages, and more. Developers who use them effectively can drive up to 2% more installs and 3.5% more monthly active users. We've now introduced inactive custom store listings, so you can target new or churned users, including deep links, with a different story about how to come back to your game. For example, users who haven't played your game for 30 days or have uninstalled it completely can be shown different content to emphasize recent updates or new content or characters that might get them excited to play again. All of your listings come with metrics and reports, rounding out this powerful tool suite to help your games gain more visibility. Localizing your game is one of the more powerful opportunities to maximize your game's reach, including with Mandarin and Spanish-speaking players. Because Google Play is a global platform, it's important to connect with people in their own native language. The Play console already offers a translation service, but it has several days turnaround time. So today, we're announcing the Early Access program for machine translation in the Play console. This uses Google Translate and the best-in-class transformer-based language models for quality translation in over 8 languages, including simplified Chinese and Japanese. Machine translation can translate your game strings in minutes, and it's available at no cost to Play developers. If you want to be one of the first to try machine translation, sign up for the Early Access program at the link you see here. Lastly, we have to mention the growing large-screen cross-platform gaming opportunity, which is stronger than ever on Android and Google Play. Last year, we pointed to the massive worldwide audience playing games across more form factors. Our research shows that the majority of phone owners have access to a large screen, like a tablet, Chromebook, or PC, and gamers want to conveniently play their games across those screens. The beauty of Android is that your one game can be adapted easily to reach all these screens. And we've made a lot of progress to make these screens great for players to experience games on them. We've optimized the Play Store on many of these large screens so your games could reach more players as they browse on screens other than their mobile device. The number of active non-mobile Android devices grew by almost 30% last year, so these screens will only get more important over time. Bot World Adventures is a great example of a game doing this well. While individual form factors can have unique advantages, you don't need to customize your game for each one independently on Android. In fact, there's only a few things you need to do to ensure great playability across different platforms, all at once. Players love exploring Bot World's adventures' vast, dangerous world and outsmarting foes in its unique battle system. And when played across screens, players can enjoy the continuity of gameplay whether they're on their Android phones, a tablet, Chromebook, or PC. We're also going further with Google Play games for PC. Last year, we launched to incredible reception in 13 countries, including South Korea, the United States, and Taiwan. With a catalog of top-tier games and over 10 billion monthly sessions on mobile, our users have met this product with enthusiasm for its high-quality, high-performance emulation and cross-screen gameplay. Thank you to all of our early adopters, and get ready for more updates this year. We are expanding to more regions and including more games in the coming quarter. And I'm pleased to announce we'll be expanding to Japan in the next couple of months. The product is new, but we already know it will be an important part of your strategy to reach more players across the Android and Play ecosystem. Our analysis shows that players who play their games across mobile and Google Play Games for PC spend 35% more time playing compared to mobile-only players. Also, our player base is primed to try new games, with about 30% of players trying new titles every week. This opportunity is amazing for the next wave of games coming to the platform. Speaking of which, I'm pleased to announce several games that will be joining the lineup in the coming weeks and months. We're very excited to have top titles like Garena Free Fire, the foremost battle royale game worldwide, Ludo King, the highly popular board game in India, and MapleStory, the well-known fantasy MMORPG full of nostalgia. Collectively, our catalog of games already reaches hundreds of millions of players, and we can't wait to bring cross-screen gameplay to even more people worldwide. Part of the reason Play Games for PC has enjoyed its great user reception is because of our focus on quality gameplay. We evaluate and approve each title that meets our optimization requirements, so players can enjoy gameplay sync across devices, great performance, and well-implemented mouse and keyboard controls. We also recognize that a lot of existing mobile games already work great on PC. In a sense, if your game is point and tap, it's already a point and click game. So we wanted to introduce an easy way for more games to participate while you're working on those other optimizations. We've partnered with Intel using the Intel Bridge technology stack to allow your ARM mobile builds to run on Play Games using Intel chipsets. We're excited to announce this partnership, which will enable more games to come to the platform this year. Both Intel and Google Play have a long history in the game industry, including in the personal computing ecosystem, and we're looking forward to continuing that tradition together. Starting today, we're making it much easier to join Google Play Games for PC with your existing mobile build. No need to recompile for x86 right away. Fully optimized games are the best for users and qualify for unique cross-platform marketing and promotion. But if you're still working on those optimizations and want to reach players faster, we now offer the option to submit your mobile build in the meantime. You can let us know you want to participate at the link that you see here. We're currently focusing on games with a high user rating, at least 30,000 monthly active users, and meeting Play's quality criteria. And you can learn more in the session called Google Play Games for PC Unlocks Seamless Gameplay Across Mobile and PCs. We're very proud of the momentum of cross-screen games in our ecosystem, and we can't wait to have you experience the benefits across all form factors and lead the way in worldwide cross-screen gameplay. That brings us to the end of Play and Android's announcements. Thank you to everyone for listening in, and remember, you must gather your party before venturing forth. Check out the video playlist you see here for additional sessions on everything we spoke about today. You can also check out developers.android.com to get started on many of our announcements. The Google for Games Summit continues throughout today, so please tune in for our other sessions. Next, I'll hand it over to Siddhi and Belinda to share insights and updates on ad monetization strategies.
Hi, I'm Siddhi, and I'm a product engineering lead working on AdMob. I'm very excited to be here to share how we are working with game publishers all over the world to support ad revenue monetization. On a personal front, from brain teasers like 2048, crossword puzzles, to fun games like Candy Crush, Among Us, Angry Birds, games have been a big part of my life, even including gaming with my family. That's why I feel even more passionate about the opportunity to improve game developers' experiences on AdMob through product engineering. As Greg mentioned earlier, mobile game developers aren't immune to headwinds from the latest macroeconomic environment and privacy developments. We understand that this means change for your business as you pivot your gaming strategies accordingly. And despite the challenges mentioned, there were still 90 billion game downloads in 2022, according to data.ai research. So there is no shortage of new games to excite players every month. This means that there is still a lot of competition to find players that will generate revenue while also delivering a fun games experience. Together with my colleague Belinda, we'll share the latest ads product innovations designed to help you monetize your game and find and keep valuable players for the long term, ensuring success for your business across the game lifecycle. Let's dive into strengthening your monetization approach with AdMob, where we'll cover first party data strategy and growing your app business with a scaled mediation platform. Successful games no longer treat monetization as an afterthought, but rather as a key component early in the game creation process. Designing a thoughtful monetization experience has become especially important as people are more aware about digital privacy. In fact, as many as 80% of people in countries surveyed are concerned about state of their online privacy. To adapt, developers need to put more thought about how they manage player information and personalize in-game content. Investing in first-party solutions that are built upon your user relationships will help unlock new growth while respecting player privacy. Strong user relationships can lead to higher consent rates, greater first-party data availability, and increased retention. We are here to help you activate your first-party data with tools and insights that power app growth and better protect user privacy. Changes to mobile platform policies have made monetization more challenging. To help you recover ad revenue from your iOS apps, we introduced the same app key to personalize ad serving on a per-app basis while respecting user privacy settings. We have seen an average of 31% ad revenue lift on iOS, where IDFA is absent, from developers who have adopted the same app key through the latest Google Mobile Ad Software Development Kit or GMA SDK. We are excited to share that the solution will be available on Android in next few months to help you enhance ad performance where Ad ID is not available. The same app key will be automatically enabled as long as you're up to date with the latest GMA SDK. To help you improve performance even more starting on iOS, we are experimenting with different types of first-party data to enrich privacy-safe identifiers like the same app key. Stay tuned as we plan to share more updates on these innovations in the third quarter. We also know that the Privacy Sandbox from Android initiative is top of mind for many of you. We are actively evaluating the design proposals for topics, Fletch, and more, and will share more updates throughout the year. As you continue to strengthen your user relationships, integrating with a robust mediation platform will help you grow your business at scale. Let me walk you through the ways you can leverage AdMob platform's monetization, reporting, and cross-promotion enhancements to scale your business with ease. Let's start with monetization. Whether it is to increase your eCPMs and ad revenue through real-time bidding of 200 plus ad buyers, through traditional waterfall setups, or through combination of both, AdMob can help manage your monetization strategies. We are also accelerating our efforts to onboard more buyers with their own SDKs in both bidding and waterfall to help you drive the most revenue for your app inventory, all while upholding a high bar for buyer integration to ensure optimal performance on our platform. Liftoff Monetize, formerly known as Wangle, has been a long-standing waterfall mediation partner. Google and Liftoff teams work together to optimize Liftoff's bidding performance on AdMob before making Liftoff bidding available to all publishers. In doing so, we work closely with Liftoff to integrate their SDK into the platform and optimize bidding performance and ad load rate. Along with Liftoff Monetize, Pangle is now also available to all AdMob mediation publishers. And soon, InMobi and Mintegral Demand will be available with more ad sources to come. These new buyers will help you increase competition for every impression on your inventory and help you earn more. Another area where we have been investing our efforts is in making the AdMob platform more scalable and efficient for publishers with large portfolios. With increased system limits and a faster UI loading experience, publishers can now scale their hybrid mediation setups easily. To make it even easier and more efficient for you to manage your mediation setup, we are introducing a revamped buyer management UI and a streamlined ad unit mapping workflow. You can now set up and manage buyers in one centralized location, with these buyers appearing seamlessly in mediation groups and in default reporting. At the same time, you can bulk create ad unit mappings in the same location and then use them across mediation groups. These enhancements deliver substantial time and cost savings for your mediation management operations. Next, I'm excited to share updates that will help you make more informed business decisions. We are doing this by providing more reporting options and data transparency. We heard your feedback. Improving transparency into the bidding auction can help you better optimize your mediation setup and improve your ad revenue. The new AdMob Bid Landscape Report provides you with detailed bid level metrics to help you identify which ad sources are more likely to bid for your highest priced inventory and find CPM gaps that can be filled with other ad sources to maximize your revenue. Additionally, the tool allows you to compare the bid landscape between the two arms of a mediation A/B test to determine if a mediation setup is yielding better results. Early feedback from publishers has been positive so far, with PuzzleCats experiencing a 10% increase in average revenue per daily active user from utilizing the Bid Landscape Report to optimize performance. The AdMob Bid Landscape Report is in limited access for select publishers. Before I hand it over to Belinda to share updates on our ad solutions, I want to share one more thing. I've talked at length about growing your ad revenue with our latest monetization and reporting capabilities. I also understand that keeping players in your game portfolio is critical for top gaming publishers to extend overall portfolio value and optimize growth. Soon, AdMob's cross-promotion solution will be available in limited access for select publishers. With this campaign update, which includes major improvements across performance and reporting, you can cross-promote your games to players, moving them across your larger family of games and maximizing the return on your user acquisition spend. This will help to increase user retention and overall lifetime value. I've shared the latest updates from AdMob to help you strengthen your monetization approach. 1. By leveraging our latest first-party data solutions like the Same App Key, and 2. By harnessing the monetization, reporting, and cross-promotion capabilities of the AdMob platform. We can't wait to hear your feedback as you try them out. Now, I'll turn it over to Belinda to introduce the latest updates to app campaigns.
Thank you, Siddhi. Hi, everyone. I'm Belinda, and I lead product development for app campaigns in Google Ads. It's great to be back at this Dev Summit this year. As Siddhi mentioned, privacy and the impact on your user acquisition strategies remains very much top of mind for all of us. The good news is players are still deeply immersed and engaged in your games. In top game genres such as the creative sandbox or role-playing games, we've seen the time spent in games increase 25% from 2021 to 2022. This represents an opportunity for you to retain your best players and build a sustainable games business as your app user base continues to grow. In the past year, our team focused on efforts to improve privacy-preserving solutions and app campaign capabilities. That way, you can continue to find new players with a strong ROI and drive growth for the long term. App Campaigns makes it easy to reach over 1 billion potential players globally. And with App Campaigns, you can define the business goals that matter to you, whether that's driving installs for your game at launch, acquiring players who will spend in-game, or re-engaging those lapsed players. And from there, Google's AI helps you to reach high-quality players across search, YouTube, Play, Discover, and over 1 million sites and apps in the Google Display Network. Let's dive into how app campaigns can help you to launch your game, acquire and re-engage high-value players, all while delivering strong performance. With your launch moment, it's absolutely critical to find quality players for your game quickly on that first day of launch. And many developers have used app campaigns for pre-registration, or AC-Pre for short, to drive early, high-value users to their game on Android during pre-launch and give a burst of installs during that critical first week of launch. After pre-registration, your game will now automatically download at launch for players who have signed up, reducing the need to manually install the game when it's released. And this will happen for players who pre-register for games either organically through Google Play or through app campaigns for pre-registration. And we expect this update to create a more seamless play experience for users on day one, which may also increase overall install conversion rates. And to continue driving more installs and engagement, we're also introducing gaming feeds into app campaigns. With gaming feeds, mobile game developers can now use high-quality images from their Google Ads asset library to serve a scrollable, automated image feed in their ad formats. This allows advertisers to engage players with visuals of in-game events, promotions, and their special characters. Advertisers that add gaming feeds to their app campaigns have seen a 14% increase in impressions, a 6% increase in clicks, and a 13% increase in conversions on average. Gaming feeds are currently in beta for app campaigns for installs and engagement. In addition to installs, return on investment matters for your game, even as early as day 3 into your game launch. And this is even more of a reason why it's absolutely critical to acquire quality players who will generate a healthy revenue stream for your game, and quickly. Another great use of Google's AI for growth is finding more high-value users for your ad-funded games with advanced bidding strategies like target return on ad spend for in-app purchase or ad revenue. Without any code needed, this bidding strategy helps you find new players most likely to purchase or interact with your in-app ads. And by indicating a target return on ad spend for your app campaign, this bid strategy will help predict the value of the event specified, whether it's a player's in-app action or ad revenue, and automatically optimize your campaigns to maximize your return. And that means that you can focus on acquiring players who perform the event you selected, and optimize bids depending on how likely a player is to take action on the event you selected. And I have some great news to share for those developers who have already diversified revenue streams with both in-app purchases and in-app ads. Advertisers will soon be able to optimize their TROAS campaign towards users who are likely to drive value for their app, with revenue generated from both users' in-app purchases and their ad revenue. This feature, TROAS for hybrid monetization on Android, will be in beta in the next few months, so make sure to reach out to your account manager to learn more about this. In addition to improving the performance of your app campaigns on Android, we are also rolling out new solutions to help you drive better measurement and performance for your iOS app campaigns. With the rollout of new frameworks and policies on platforms like iOS, we know that SK Ad Network has become an increasingly important measurement solution. And given this, we're continuing to deepen our integrations with SK Ad Network to improve the quality of our modeled reporting and to help you optimize your iOS campaign performance. To better measure your in-app event performance for your app install campaigns, we recommend that you implement the SK Ad Network Conversion Value Schema. And what is the schema, you might ask? Simply put, your SK Ad Network Conversion Value Schema is a way to designate which in-app events matter the most to your business. If you aren't already working with a Google-approved app attribution partner on your SK Ad Network schema strategy, we're excited to share that later this year, Google Analytics for Firebase will be launching new tools to also help you set up and utilize your schema for campaign optimization. After setting up your schema, you'll now be able to integrate it with Google Ads and utilize these additional SK Ad Network conversion value signals to optimize event and value-oriented bidding in your iOS app campaigns for install. This bidding optimization is currently available in beta. While new user acquisition is often the first thing to consider after a successful game launch, oftentimes it is not sufficient to rely only on new users, as most players will switch from one game to another. So, to help you re-engage players like those who have recently churned or uninstalled your game, we've made a series of improvements across campaign setup and audiences for app campaigns for engagement, also known as ACE. Let's dive into the campaign setup improvements. While we're making it easier to set up app campaigns for engagement by automating campaign setup based on your re-engagement goals. For example, given the goal of re-engaging lapsed users, automated app campaign for engagement setup can help to suggest audiences, image and video assets, as well as a conversion event for bidding. In addition, deep linking, otherwise known as the destination URL that takes people from an ad to a specific page in-app, will also be automatically suggested. Automated ACE setup is currently in beta and will be generally available in the next few months. For advertisers who prefer to have more control over their ACE setup, we're introducing new suggested audiences from Google Analytics for Firebase in the setup flow. When you implement Google Analytics for Firebase, you'll now get access to suggested audiences such as lapsed players and purchasers, and users who may not have recently engaged with your game's push notifications. These suggested audiences will appear directly within the Audience Builder in Google Ads, making ACE setup easy. This feature will start to roll out in beta in the next few months. Last, but certainly not least, in this series of updates to help keep your players engaged, we're excited to share that we're expanding your audience reach in App Campaign for Engagement to help you bring back players who might have uninstalled your game. Advertisers who have opted into this audience update in ACE will now see their ads served not only to existing users, but also to any user who might have had the app installed from the Play Store in the past. And this is especially helpful for developers who have a large uninstalled user base, or who might be planning for major live game updates. Reaching uninstalled users will be available in beta soon. We've shared a lot of new and exciting updates with you today that will help you strengthen your core monetization approach and evolve your game strategies across the entire lifecycle to drive new growth. So let's recap what we've announced. Earlier, Citi shared how AdMob can help you to deliver more personalized, effective ads in a privacy-safe way through the same app key. And she also shared how to increase ad revenue through the AdMob platform with newly onboarded ad buyers, a more efficient mediation setup, transparent bid landscape reporting, and cross-promotion enhancements. And I just shared how app campaigns can continue to help you launch your game and acquire and re-engage those high-value players through improvements in our app campaign capabilities, including new ad formats, bid strategies, measurement, campaign setup, and audience solutions. I look forward to our continued partnership as you grow your games business. And next, I'd like to invite Leo to share some updates about YouTube gaming.
Hi everyone, I'm Leo Olebe, Global Head of Gaming for YouTube, and I'm amped to share with you some exciting updates today, including ways you can reach your audiences that can only be found on YouTube. Now, we can't talk about YouTube gaming without first talking about YouTube. In 2022, more people created content on YouTube than ever before. As of January 2022, on average, viewers are watching over 800 million hours of YouTube content on TV daily. YouTube Shorts is now averaging over 50 billion daily views as of January 2023. YouTube is a leader in the gaming industry, and we've seen some incredible growth over the last few years. In 2022, our creators and publishers have made gaming content for over 500 million daily active viewers, which has led to over 2 trillion gaming-related content views globally last year. Now, these stats would have seemed unthinkable just 5 years ago, but they show the enormous appetite for gaming content and establish YouTube as home for your favorite gaming creators, videos, and live streams worldwide. And we're not stopping there. We've continued to grow in gaming watch time, with over 120 billion hours of gaming content consumed in 2022. As leaders in the space, we're going to be focused more than ever this year on increasing the depth and breadth of our reach. We'll be bringing new ways for the gaming community to grow and thrive on YouTube. The magic of YouTube gaming lies in the powerful trinity of games, viewers, and creators who build connection, community, and collaborations every single day. Creators like Lina, Swag, Valkyrie, Lily Pichu, Ludwig, and countless others create content on YouTube Gaming and reach highly engaged gaming viewers every single day. And of course, YouTube is the best place for a publisher or developer to reach players across top formats in digital video. Between VOD, Live, and Shorts, YouTube enables reaching your players where they want to consume content, and it has never been easier. And for creators, it's the combination of these things that allows for best-in-class monetization opportunities for their evergreen content. Now, I say it's never been easier because cross-format gaming content can be found across multiple surfaces, including mobile, desktop, and our fastest-growing screen, the television. We're giving players the content they want to watch with the surface they want to watch it on. And we'll continue to push forward on features or tools that publishers can use to build their audiences and keep them engaged. Our partners keep their community educated on new content updates through the power of YouTube VODs, using live streams to premiere products to drive hype and raise awareness, and through Shorts, they share sneak peeks of DLC drops, new characters coming to their titles, or find new and interesting ways to engage with a healthy and thriving community. There's so much more we've got in store for you this year that drives forward our mission. Through our different formats, multiple surfaces, and culture-setting creators, we're committed to being the best place for gaming publishers and creators to reach players and build communities around their favorite games globally. Thank you all for the amazing partnerships we've built, and here's to all the awesome things we can do together. To close out our keynotes for today, I'm going to turn it over to Jack Buser, who can share the latest from Google Cloud.
Hello, and welcome to Google Cloud for Games, the ecosystem for live games. My name is Jack, and I'm the Director of Game Industry Solutions at Google Cloud. I'm very excited to present Google Cloud's new positioning for games to you today. Over the past few years, we've witnessed games turn into true live services. The proliferation of mobile devices to nearly 80% of the planet means that today, over 3 billion people are playing games. This new type of live service game has now become the norm. All top 10 mobile and PC games last year were live service titles, with console not far behind. And what's more is we expect nearly 500 million new players to start playing games in the next few years. And about half of them will be playing games on more than one game platform. All of this means the opportunity is larger and more complex than ever for today's top game companies. At Google Cloud, we are no stranger to live services. Over 5 of the world's largest video, audio, and social platforms run on Google Cloud, including some of Google's own products that you probably heard of, like YouTube. We've seen what the shift to live service models does to consumer expectations. Customers expect maximum uptime and stability, agile and optimized experiences, and safe and inclusive communities. For industries like games that are transitioning to this new model, it can be a challenge. That's why many of the biggest games companies in the world have partnered with Google Cloud to power their live service games. At Google Cloud, we're building an ecosystem for live games that unifies understanding and performance. We believe our solutions work best when used together as a cohesive whole, creating something greater than the sum of the parts. we've identified 3 key use cases that are critical for powering the live service games of today and tomorrow. For each of these use cases, we have cutting-edge solutions that come together to form a powerful ecosystem for live service games. We start with game servers, the technology that brings together players from all over the world into common, real-time experiences. Next up are the databases that allow games to manage and store their most critical data to provide a seamless player experience. And of course, there's analytics, which Google is most famous for, allowing game companies to deeply understand their business and players. Google Cloud's ecosystem of solutions are used by many of the biggest game companies in the world. I'd like to share a few customer examples with you today. In fact, Agones, our solution for game servers, was co-developed with Ubisoft, the creators of Rainbow Six and Assassin's Creed. Ubisoft was tired of their many game studios reusing and reinventing legacy game server technology. They wanted to provide a centralized, standard solution for game servers using the latest software techniques. So we partnered with Ubisoft to develop Agones as a result, a solution that now allows their game teams to focus on what they do best, building hit games. Cloud Spanner is also an incredibly popular solution for many of the biggest games in the world. Bandai Namco in Japan chose Spanner because it empowered them to ease operations and prioritize game development over planning database capacity. Additionally, because of Spanner's low latency, they knew it would provide the top-notch player experience they desired, enabling millions of players to have a real-time experience with a turn-based game. Scaling to millions of players across the globe with a live service game was made easy and flawless thanks to Cloud Spanner, which is why so many top game companies rely on this database solution. King creates many of the most popular games in the world, like Candy Crush. The amount of data they manage is staggering, with over 70 billion events processed per day across 240 million monthly active users. BigQuery is the perfect solution for King because it enables them to run 130,000 queries every month across their organization, making data and insights self-serve to over 450 employees. BigQuery enables King to operate at truly massive scale while reducing expensive on-premises infrastructure and unifying data across the company. It's this power and scale, combined with the ease of use and accessibility, that make BigQuery such a popular choice for nearly every one of our top game customers. I hope this presentation illustrates clearly why Google Cloud is the best choice for live games, unifying understanding and performance. At Google Cloud, we are passionate about games, and we're here to help power everlasting love for the world's best live service games. This mission motivates us every day. We hope you'll join us. At Google, we're committed to helping you, the creators, build awesome games for players everywhere. Let us show you how. The Digital Summit continues with a complete program of developer content. See below for the link. And if you're planning to attend GDC next week, come say hi at our developer sessions. Thanks so much for tuning in. We look forward to building games with you.